chat, I'm here with Spoonz and Aydin. Apparently Bill will not join us tonight because he doesn't feel very well.
I think he's got a bad head. Yeah,
I think that he is upset about what's happening in Iran because I seen a leftist. He didn't win a card game championship, and he posted on Twitter that this affected him so much, the conflict in Iran, that he couldn't focus, and this is why he lost, and he's blaming Donald Trump for it.
God damn. Oh, Spoon, will you set our stream to go live too, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes,
it's on now.
Okay.
We're broadcasting on several channels.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's great.
We're very professional over here for once.
Yeah.
And my microphone is actually working. I'll be damned.
Yes.
Alright, hello everybody. We're now live on this channel as well on Broken Crown. We are dual streaming with V, who's back with us again this week. And yeah, we'll be talking about V's story, I think, predominantly of the week, although V has said that he has something else that's, I wouldn't even say more lighthearted, but a bit different, regarding Tarl Warwick, aka Stixhexenhammer, to start out with, it would be a nice... I mean, no, it's not nice, because everything with him is really sad and disturbing, but I guess it's not Iran.
Alright, okay, hold on, Aydin,
Oh,
you're
I'm
a
so
professional,
furious, bro.
right? Like, you're a professional. When you look at Stixhexenhammer, right? Like, would you consider him to be a wife beater? Like, do you think like he would hulk up and just like rough up a lady?
I mean, he doesn't look the type, right? Like, just in terms of his physique.
But the state of Virginia disagrees. Domestic
yes, it
battery. The domestic battery is what they call it. And so, I will actually tell you what I think happened, right? So, let me see if I can find the video first.
Probably, yeah, and also give the rundown on that. Look, again, anything to talk about Iran, because once you get me going on it, it's not gonna stop, okay? I've got a lot to say about it, and I'm livid.
Okay, so please play this for your chat.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Oh god, no,
oh god,
no.
this. No, dude, I don't want to play this.
No, we need to start with this. We need to like
god.
we need ground zero.
He is demanding.
So
okay.
cringe.
We need ground zero. Right. I'll explain why it's actually important.
Do you have my screen share up, Ben?
Hold on. Yeah, I do know.
my-
I can't remember this as well.
This is the worst.
I remember you doing a video about this like years ago. Oh, it was so cringe.
Has it been years?
This is my darling.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, it's the worst.
You done?
I don't even think
No.
this is the woman he beat,
No.
is it?
Yes. She is the one. Yes, she is the one he clanked.
Ew.
Oh my god.
All right, let me
God.
now. Okay, let me explain what's going on because most people were unable to get past the superficial level, and I'll explain what happens in the mind of
Yeah,
Stixhexenhammer.
the lethal level cringe. Right?
Okay, first of all, a lot of people were thinking that he is a creep and he's being creepy. It's like, no, listen. These are both adults. They're in the same room, like they probably fucked already, okay? It's not about that. What this is about is the fact that he actually left his wife before, right? Like he had an argument with his wife, and he left. And he's trying...
In the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands.
He was living in the Netherlands. And they had a child.
They have
together.
a child, yes. And they were actually trying to make her jealous. And this chick was probably upset about that because she feels like a third wheel, right? Like, she understands what Stix is trying to do here. Like, he is trying to get
it's pretty obvious. Yeah, put it that way. Yeah,
he's trying to get his wife, which is probably watching the stream because like this one had like 3,000 viewers or something. It was during the debates with Kamala Harris and Trump, and he's basically like trying to show his wife that look at what you've lost, woman. Now this chick, she gets like really angry. She's just like, what the fuck? Like I'm not going to be used, and she starts drama. Right? Like, not in the stream, like, afterwards. Starts drama, and they talk about, like, all the mystical shit, like, she has her
This is the woman who posts on Kiwi Farms with who's, like, also really into the occult or whatever. Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, again, like, she felt betrayed, right? Like, she felt used. It's like, she thought that with her personality, she managed to attract Tarl Warwick, but in reality... she was being used as a leverage to get back at his wife.
No, that's not Tarl Warwick. He's been possessed by the demon Stola.
So, Tarl actually writes a lot about the occult. And many people thought that, it's just like an academic study type of thing. Kind of like I'm making a video game with succubi, but like, at least I know that the succubi are fake. Like, they're a figment of my imagination, right?
So
Tarl,
you take all the fun out of it that way.
but like, Tarl genuinely, unironically, beyond a shadow of a doubt, believes in the demonic. Like, he is like a Christian in the dark side, if you will, right? Like, he accepts the cosmology. It's just he doesn't accept that God is the one he needs to worship. And so he has conjured an entity from the Netherrealm by the name of Stolas. This is well,
Stolas is one of the princes of hell.
Is one of the princes of hell, yes. Yes.
Goetia.
Yeah, like he dabbles with alchemy and astrology, usually appears in the shape of an owl or the shape of a wolf. And so Styx has binded.
And if you watch Has Been Hotel.
Yes, if you watch, no, not Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss.
Hell of a Boss,
yes, he is a character there, right? Homosexual. I do not know if the, I do not know if the actual Stolas that Styx has binded himself into a Faustian bargain with is also homosexual, but Styx is now a warlock. Like he has made pacts with demonic entities, and so when he threw his smartphone, right? He threw it at the bed, but it actually ricocheted from the bed and hit this lovely lady in the face. And a lot of people believe that this is Stolas' work.
Well, didn't he also claimed at one point something happened? There was like a natural disaster or something that caused one of his court cases delayed?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
so the chaos magic incident.
Right. Okay. So
right.
you have you've got this all like in much greater order than I do.
I'm a Stixtorian at this point. So the trick shot that he had with his smartphone hit her in the face, caused her to bleed out. She then called the cops, and he got arrested for domestic battery. Right? Like all of a sudden, when he calls people clankers, kind of spins differently. But he gets to jail. And in jail, he has a really bad time because most people that are in a jail setting for any type of sex crimes or crimes against women, they don't fare very well, right? And so he probably got pressed by some of the individuals there, and he was rescued by the Quartery, right? Like the Quartery came with his mantle and bailed Styx out from the prison.
I forgot that the Quartery, who is also not having a good time, was the one who bailed Styx out, right?
You're going to have to tell me about the Quartery, because look, there's only so many content creators that I can follow. But,
he's been having a rough go of it for a long time, my guy.
I see. But he gets out of jail, and his prosecutor, the one that prosecutes this case, ends up blowing his brains out. Like, this is legit, right? Like, it's in the news.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, it's
right.
Yeah, like it's in the news. It's everywhere, right? Like Tarl's prosecutor, not related to the case, mind you, like just committed suicide. And then Styx makes a video in which he implies that chaos magic may have been responsible. He explains how chaos magic, you channel it towards someone and bad things happen, right? And
you do have to be honest, that is a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, he performed this magical ritual not once but twice. The first time it was against his prosecutor, in which case, like, you gotta wonder, like, wow, Styx, like, that's pretty satanic shit. Like, you're telling me the guy was just doing his job, right? Like, he just got a case on his table with domestic battery, like, he's just, like, prosecuting that, and you think, like, death is the sentence. Like, wow, okay, buddy, like, sure, never get upset with me, though, because I didn't do nothing. But the second time, there was a snowstorm. I think it was coming to where Styx lives. And he caused the chaos magic, like an environmental spell, and moved that storm over to Virginia, where he's being prosecuted.
That was it. That was the natural disaster caused, right?
Yes.
Now, look, hang on. It's stacking up in Styx's in the favor of chaos magic, power of Stolas. I'm just saying. I'm
not going to fuck with him. It's true. Like, I mean, if you can, like,
I mean, now he's on the run, though. Now he's wanted by the law, so he's very dangerous. Doesn't matter if he's armed with guns or not. He's got chaos magic, bro.
I think the Harry Potter magical system doesn't apply here. It's more like the Witcher magical system, where if you cast magic, like, eventually you have to pay a price. And I think, like, maybe Stolas is coming to collect.
Yeah, I think when you mess around with the Ars Goetia type shit, demon summoning. Yeah, there's always a pretty
No.
high price to
Oh,
that
God,
stuff.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's-
Conjuring third.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
like
The Conjuring movie.
Oh, what's that one really? I love that one film about it where it's actually quite accurate to like how you summon an angel. I can't remember the name of it. It's a horror film. It's excellent. But I can't think of the name of it right now. However, that whole point of that film is that like you have to go through insane the Abramelin ritual or condition or whatever it's called. Sequence. That's Abramelin sequence.
yeah.
Don't fuck around with demons. Whether or not you believe in them, I think it's probably just a good bet not to fuck around with something you think is a demon.
But anyway, right? So he manages to avoid the judicial system that year. Unfortunately, he gets himself into more predicaments. Apparently, the girl contacted him, even though he had the restraining order. Like she had the restraining order against him. She contacts him and basically says that she wants to self-delete. And I have to say self-delete because YouTube, and I can't say suicide. But she then says this to Tarl, and he actually goes over to her to save her, right? And apparently, like, the judge actually ruled in his favor and said, yeah, okay, fine. Like, in this situation, like, she is the one that's on violation, blah, blah, blah. However, it was still, like, the police having an eye on him. And then, like, for some reason, he discharged a firearm accidentally. And that, mixed with the domestic battery, mixed with what he had previously, that, I think, is what's getting him into trouble with the law now. And there's a warrant for his arrest. And if you go...
yeah, he wasn't allowed to have guns.
Yeah.
And then his girlfriend called the cops on him because he shot off a firearm. We did play that on stream a couple weeks ago, the arrest footage, because he's dressed as a fucking pirate when they arrested him. It's insane. This is the craziest clip.
Well, I mean, that is his YouTube attire.
Yeah, but
It
he was
is-
just hanging out around his house dressed as a pirate too. He dresses like that all the time, I guess.
Maybe he just finished the video. Like, honestly,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think that as well.
putting that makeup on, I mean, you're a woman, you probably know how difficult it is.
That's true, and I did just record a bunch of videos like on camera the other day, so I'd have makeup on a
Do you think-
costume, not an elaborate costume.
Do you think, like, he has, like, 3 or 4 costumes because, like, he has to watch them?
It's the same stuff. No, like I can tell it's the same gear. And does it have? Did you ever do LARP or?
Never.
There's not like Ren fairs.
Never. I'm not
Europe, really.
cringe. No.
Okay, well in the U.S. Hey, Commie Mark. I'm gonna be on with Commie Mark this Friday. Actually.
See, this is actually a good question. Why does he need a gun? Can't he do magic?
Right? Yeah.
It's a good question, actually.
You know what I would
Yeah.
do? I would like put a demon in a box, and then I would agitate the box to anger the demon, and then throw the box at whoever pisses me off.
Was it Nostalgia Critic who had the magic gun? Where did he get? Where did he obtain that?
Maybe magic doesn't work that way. Like magic needs to take. You know, it's like you cast a curse, and then you have to wait like an hour or so, and when the demon is 1 hour away, and the bad guys are just like seconds away, you need a gun.
But my understanding
it's
of all of this
black
stuff is
demon.
that Charles got a severe, it's like alcohol addiction.
Hmm.
I have been pretty severely addicted to alcohol in my life, and I've never done any of this kind of shit. So I don't know if it's just booze.
You've never summoned demons
No.
in a drunken fit?
No.
I would
Well,
summon
then
a
normal.
succubus. I'm telling you, like if you could summon
Okay,
demons
see, that's what I was saying when you were like, not like my game, which you're not. Okay, but see, you're admitting you would
Yeah, if
summon
they
a
were real,
succubus.
listen. If they were real, right? Like that's different. But like I know they're not. I don't believe in the mystical. I'm not into mysticism. But like if they were real, sure, why not?
Oh, it was Lankara who had the magic gun. Wait, yeah.
And then I want to mindfuck her and say I just want to hold hands.
My God. Well, that's the
That sounds like
Stix
something we would actually
update.
do, yeah.
Which is, I honestly feel bad because
Family
I would say
autistic, well
this
done.
about, well, Spoon, you I think agree with me on this. But back in the day, Stix did used to have pretty consistently good takes on politics and was quite accurate at a lot of the predictions he would make.
Prediction-wise, yeah.
Yeah. He had one of the biggest
Yeah.
live streams on YouTube at the point. I remember back in.
I mean, yeah, he had like 100,000 people watching him during one of the elections, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's
I know
it's
it's
really.
that much, but it was in the tens of thousands.
I thought it was.
No, it was like what really big. I don't know exactly the number, but like I remember it was like one of the biggest live streams that I seen. It was during the second Trump debate, like during with
was it
Joe
a debate?
Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What of that? He had a huge stream.
Yeah.
Who's worse, Razor Fist or Styx? Here's the thing: Styx, it has got a whole other set of issues covered. Razor Fist, I think right now it is just coming repeatedly because he is living his neocon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never been so happy as for Donald Trump to
Yeah.
start a war with Iran at direct behest of Netanyahu.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. I don't have any of Razor Fist's horrific takes on this, but I was in my stuff I've got
Scroll
prepped.
through his fucking X, man.
Just scroll through it and you'll see it. He's ecstatic there, and I'll show you some of the other people who are ecstatic. People like Randy Fine, like of course Ben Shapiro. They're very ecstatic about this. Nobody else is. Although you wouldn't know that if you look at Twitter. Speaking about the Iran stuff, the state of fucking Twitter right now for the past half a week has been unusual. The number of bots, and the thing that's interesting too, right, is that I have some friends who are, let's say, okay, I'm not trying to be rude, but more politically normie brain, and so they are very pro war in Iran because we're liberating them or whatever.
A lot of her friends are retards.
Saying a lot of people aren't politically brained and fall for the propaganda.
See,
oh my goodness, look at the irony of this. The first thing I see when I open my Twitter is one of Razor Fist tweets.
See, I'm more like I'm for the war in Iran because it destabilizes Russia. I don't know about God and Israel and like democracy and shit.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't fucking care about your fucking prophecy and how you have to go destroy Amalek. And by the way, if there is... I heard AA say this in one of his videos on it, and I think it's absolutely true. And I'll go through the whole list here today. We'll go through the whole thing. I don't, he's gonna have to leave us in a while, but I'll start going through it. I got all of it together. And I heard AA say the same thing, which is that if this is not actually about the prophecy of crushing Amalek to bring about fucking Armageddon, then I don't know what the fuck it is about. Because this is a fucking disaster. It is so uncoordinated, seemingly spur of the moment, unplanned, unprepped, with no idea of what the off-ramp is. And the reason that you would do something with no off-ramp and no future is if you think God's gonna return, right?
Like, see, the thing is, like, I don't get this with the Protestants, but like, I always thought that the end of the world is not a good thing. I mean, it's like if you can delay it, that's better. Like, why would you want to just? Yeah,
because Jesus returns, and that means we get raptured and all go to heaven, is what the Christians would believe. But the Zionist Jewish interpretation, like the hardline Jewish interpretation, is that's the day when all nations of the world bow down to Israel, when they have complete control, right? That's Bibi Netanyahu's read of it.
It doesn't work that way. Like, it's anyone that understands geopolitics know that it's physically impossible. It's not even desirable. Because like if every nation bows to Israel, then every time something bad happens, like whether it's a famine, whether it's a disease, whether it's an uprising, people will blame Israel. It's like
I normally don't try to interrupt with super chats while you're still here, V, because I know you're doing your stream too. But I do want to read this one.
Yeah,
Peter Chip for €5 says, "Hello, Goyim. I wanted to donate €30 to promote this Iranian Liberation Fund. I get a 37% share of the proceeds, so €10 is an acceptable loss. He donates €5. Thank you, Tater Chip.
The one that I got says DJ Trump says no more wars. However, he never said anything about a special military operation.
Well, let's talk about. You know what? That's the first thing I have is. Like, look at this. Okay. This is Trump's announcement of the special military operation. The Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, may have casualties. That often happens in, what's this word? War? That often happens in war. We're like 4 days into this, and the propaganda machine has moved so quickly on it that, depending on the time of day, it is not a war, or it is a war, or it's a special military operation, or we're headed towards war, but we won't know until Congress votes on it. But it is the
Do you think
biggest
Congress will
destroys
vote
it.
on
fuck
it?
up.
Do you think Congress? Will
They've
vote?
not yet.
No. But like when the vote comes up, like, do you think it will pass?
Yeah, they
or-
will.
I
To
think
be
so, too,
clear,
yeah.
this is a bipartisan issue.
Mhm.
There are
Yeah,
both the
absolutely.
left and the right in American politics in DC
Payback's
are for that.
payroll.
Are yes, they're on these payrolls and they're for it.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is why Donald Trump was elected, in my opinion. This is why he was allowed to be elected after all of the why he was, as we've been talking about here for years on Broken. Why he was cycled in is because if Kamala had done this, there would have been more significant pushback, and there wouldn't have been that kind of intense, religious-esque, cult-like base for Kamala Harris as there is for Donald Trump, who will support it no matter what. And if you have not noticed why people called MAGA cult within this last week, I hope you do now.
Do you think that
Mike?
Christianity
Sorry,
is going to notice another drop in attendance after this?
Why? Because they're all dead.
No. Like the cringe. Like I just saw a woman like quoting Revelation in front of the cameras, and acting like AOC, bouncing up and down while saying stuff about how the Lord wants America to just kill the infidels, And I'm like, okay, well, do you think like Zoomers watch that and enjoy it, or do they watch that and they're like, I don't want to be associated with that lady?
But yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah.
Probably the more likely one.
Because I don't know, like, there are Zoomers that are, like, legitimately becoming more religious, but, like, their religion is more, like, on Discord. It's kind of like sharing Jesus memes and cracking down on degenerates type of religion. Like, they're not... Yeah, they're not with the
Their religion
mystical
is more
stuff.
based on order.
Yeah, they're not into the mystical
Yeah.
thing, right? They're not into the literal interpretation of the Bible.
The weird, cringy,
Yeah,
mystical
they're-
stuff is
They're
more on
basically
the left
seeking
because it's
purpose.
more sort of feminine coded. I mean, not sort of. The left, like left
Yeah,
politics,
it is feminine coded.
I mean,
So you get a lot.
she looks
the, like,
identical
cringe,
to
para-religious
AOC.
stuff.
Let's play her
Yeah?
let's play her for the stream so that people know who we're talking about, right? It's the White House what did I call her? White House
What
faith
lady?
officer.
Oh, the woman who's like screaming.
Yeah, let's play her a little bit.
Hang on, I think.
Also,
Unfortunately, I don't know
YouTube-
where. I have a lot of stuff.
I posted it.
Okay.
yeah. Where did you post it? Because I can't see it.
I'll try again to hold on.
I do have it. I know.
It's
That one.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that.
Yeah,
bitch is
yes,
fucking
sorry.
Crazy.
Up.
I just watched it on mute. I never unmuted it. Just
Oh,
because I couldn't
dude, it's
tell what was
awful.
doing.
Here,
It
I'll
is
go ahead and
awful.
play it.
And strike 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 and
Gee,
strike and
if she-
strike until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike.
Are you
the
asking if
ground,
she's having
for
a
you will give
seizure?
us victory, God. I
'Cause
hear
it
a
seems
sound
like that,
of
doesn't it?
abundance of rain.
Yes,
I
that's
hear a sound
what I
of
was gonna
victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a
No, one
sound of
second.
victory. I hear a sound of an abundance
If
of
there's
rain.
one reason I
hear
like the
a
Orthodox
sound of
Church more than
victory.
anyone else,
I
it's because
hear
they don't
a
allow
sound of an
women
abundance of rain.
in
Yeah,
I
the
hear
base.
a sound of
which is
victory.
absolutely
The
based,
Lord
and
says
with
it
this kind of
is
shit, I
done.
can see why.
The
'cause
Lord
this
says
Women
it
women
is
shouldn't be
done.
anywhere near the
person
priesthood.
or power for that matter, because it's
True.
Just, my God.
See, this is why the Orthodox say that the Protestants are heretics. I mean, you don't.
I mean, I agree. and particularly after this last, and look, I'm not. My family's all Protestant.
Yeah,
I have nothing against, in principle, but the fact that they do shit like this, it's one, cringe, two, gay, and three.
It's boomer
it-
coded.
Yeah, it's inherently boomer coded, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's in 2023 that she's doing this, so it's
Is this old?
I mean, yeah. So Carl Zappos critiques Donald Trump's 2025 appointment of televangelist Paul Whitecade as senior advisor to the White House, sharing a 2023 clip of her preaching spiritual warfare against demonic forces as emblematic of extreme religious influence in U.S. policy.
There's a lot of demons on this stream tonight. We start out with sticks, and then unfortunately there are a lot of demons involved in shit.
I mean,
and I think that this woman's one of them.
Do you know what?
These
She
kind
needs-
of people.
Are we going to get the people that speak in tongues back? I really love those people.
Oh, they're still around. They've never gone away.
The ones that
My,
go like, the
Oh.
Lord is going to conquer Iran in the name of Jesus with our Lord and Savior. You know? Like, I miss them. Like, they were so fucking awesome.
Oh, I grew up with them. My my neighbor
Yeah,
right
so do
across the
I.
street from me when I was growing up was a Pentecostal minister. And
Uh.
he not only spoke in tongues, but I was best friends with his daughter. And he not only spoke in tongues, but they were snake handlers. So you went to, and they had like, their church was in a mall, in a whole part of the mall that was no longer in business because it's West Virginia. There's no business there. So they just bought up like half of this mall and had an enormous compound with like, it was really, as a kid, it was really fun because they had like a whole playground, play place set up like biblical era, here's Noah's Ark and that kind of stuff. Really fun if you're, 7. Insane if you're an adult to be going there and watching someone pull a snake out of a hat and go and say mumbo jumbo at it. Like, shit was nuts. But they're still around doing that. They never stop.
Yeah, no, I also grew up with them.
Okay,
Actually.
so
Looking back at
apparently
it now,
the reason they speak in tongues is because in the New Testament, the original
and
description
the devil
of...
can't understand you.
No,
Yeah.
listen. The Acts of
pretty
the
light.
Apostles, right? The story says that the
Yes.
apostles suddenly spoke in languages they have never learned, and people from many
Yes.
regions, including the Egyptians, Romans, had each heard their own language in that version. So when they go like, like they genuinely believe that, I guess, like, the Romans would understand them, or that the Egyptians would.
It's a language from somewhere. You see, I don't know what the modern excuse for it is because you can just translate everything instantaneously, pretty much. So I'm guessing it's that it's a language from another time or it's a language from another planet. I don't know. These people are lunatics. Not all of them, by the way. Not all evangelicals are, but like
Most of
and
them?
Trump has very much, and the MAGA movement in the United States has very much clung to this evangelical stuff. You saw it a lot with the sort of post Charlie Kirk mourning that was the Charlie Kirk funeral. A perfect example of big church evangelical stuff. And Trump was talking not too long ago about how he thought, and he said it repeatedly about how he's like, I don't think I'm going to heaven. I don't think I'm going to the bad place.
Yeah.
And when you think about that, it makes maybe more sense.
Every single
outside of
president of the
possible
US,
black-
like it's impossible. Like if the Bible were to be true, every single president of the United States, like there would be not a single one that's clean.
hellbound.
Like
Yeah.
you need to order drone strike on civilians. You need to make executive orders that aren't very pious. You need to
He
deal
has
with corruption.
I mean, according to reports, about 200 children, hospitals have been attacked. And children have been killed, and including the entire family of the Ayatollah.
I mean, to be fair though, like listen. It's the Middle East. Like they put hospitals there in such a way so you can't drone strike anything without hitting one.
But not in Iran, I don't think. Not in the way that you do see some of that other stuff. Iran is that's what people really need to be wary of with this, is that Iran is not Iraq.
Oh, that's
Iran
correct.
is not Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Iran is the
It's like
Persians
ancient
are one
nation
of the oldest, I
Oldest
think at this
people,
point, they probably
yeah.
are the oldest contiguous civilization that is around today. And there have been a lot of changes to who the Iranian people are, a lot of Arab admixture, but they're not Arabs.
Would
They're
you say they're
Caucasoid.
more like German?
Persia is way older than Germany. Thousands of
On
years
this
older.
channel,
No,
on this channel, I
not
know German.
older, but would you say they're like the Germans?
In what sense?
In what sense?
I mean, if you go to Frankfurt, you see a lot of women covered up, just like you see in Iran. So I think like it's, and they're also pious, right?
Well, remember
He's trying to
that.
make a
Okay,
joke here.
so we'll get to it too, but
the dictatorship as
understand
well,
why-
the fascism.
But why do you find women that are covered up
yeah.
today in Iran when if you go and look at videos and photos from 70s and 60s in Iran,
70s.
you wouldn't have seen that. You would have seen women who were uncovered.
But yeah, what did the Muslim Brotherhood that managed to take over?
And why did that happen?
Because the CIA has funded that in order to fight the Soviets.
Uh-huh. Because the CIA directly
And they
funded
fucking fought the Soviets! They put their fucking CIA cock and they fucked the Soviet system so fucking bad. How can you not be proud to be American? Look what you did to the world.
What specifically happened was that in
That's the reason
1953,
why I'm not proud.
in 1953, Iran elected a socialist of the country.
Yeah.
And and one of the first things he did was he nationalized oil. That was a big no-no in 1953. So the CIA and MI6 staged a coup called Operation Ajax, under which they installed the Shah, who is the monarch who, you might see people saying, the Iranians want to bring back the Shah. Well, when they're calling to bring back the Shah, they're talking about bringing back a monarch who was installed
by the fucking Americans.
who was
That is not
installed
a
by
king,
the
that's a
United
bitch.
States. So why we, Spoon and I, as monarchists, are not like big supporters of the Shah
If you're an actual
inherently
Chad king, you tell Uncle Sam to go
Look,
shove his head up
look,
his
look,
fucking
look,
is
ass.
because
Aydin,
the
look,
Shah
Aydin,
is
let me
feedback
put
by
it
the
this-
U.S. is
Let me explain
Shit.
something
No.
to you. Like,
CIA ops.
Let me explain something. Right? If you're the CIA, right? I'm the CIA now. I work with the cards that are given to me. Okay? Like, if you have a country where the choices are communists or radical, pious people, I can't bring the Uncle Sam there. I can't bring the democracy. I'm going to work with the fucking Allah guy because he's going to fuck those communists and he's going to unnationalize the oil. This is one of the things that many nations around the world don't understand. It's like, yes, if you're a communist, you can steal shit. You can't steal shit from the Americans. The moment you
Exactly.
nationalize...
Yes.
Can?
Well, hang on. Yeah, you can, but if you're
Mali's
Israel,
doing a great job.
I don't think even Israel has nationalized American companies. Have they? Have
I
they
mean-
seized an oil company that belongs to America? And Israel would say, like Benjamin Netanyahu would say, we're going to kick off the Americans where it's ours now.
it's
like-
really hard to say that Israel has not. I think it's at a greater level than that. Israel
I don't
has
think they need
seized
to, 'cause
the
their
American
control is
government.
so-
Yeah, but that's fine. That you can seize the American government. You
It's
cannot
fine.
seize.
That's
yeah,
not
like
fine.
I'm
V,
looking.
that is not fine.
Listen,
he's
I'm
joking.
looking.
That is
I'm
not
looking
fine.
at how they're acting. Okay, like I'm looking at how America is acting. You can seize the American government. You can seize whatever the fuck you want. You cannot seize the oil tankers. You cannot. Like, the moment any nation decides, you know what, we're going to get socialist, we're going to nationalize the oil extractor, you're done. You have the CIA funding whomever is against you. Doesn't matter if they're fascist, if they're Nazis, like, whatever the fuck. They're going to put money in those guys. They're going to kill you, and then they're going to install a dictatorship. Had you left the oil alone, had you left the oil tanker alone, none of this would have happened.
I mean, doesn't Russia have nationalization of oil and gas?
Isn't Russia being currently attacked by the Americans in a proxy war with Ukraine?
Well, yes. Okay,
Yes.
that's another one. I do want to go over, and I will in more detail, all of the kind of copes about this war, which is a war. By Trump's own words, it is a war. You can cope about it all you like, but one of the things is that, okay, well, it's all right because we are doing it to actually attack Russia and China. And this is about actually, it has nothing to do with Iran, really. It has everything to do with China. The interesting thing about that is that the Strait of Hormuz is closed, but not to China. So China can still get oil from the Gulf states. It's everybody else, and Russia can still get oil through the Strait of Hormuz. They're not blocking
They
those
can't go
ships.
buy from Russia.
Right. The fact of the matter is that the Gulf states are still fully engaged in trade with Russia and China. So if the point was to cripple China by blocking their access to oil via the Strait of Hormuz, that's not happened. And particularly, I think that was part of the plan by then, because of course what happened was that Iran attacked the other Gulf state, or the Gulf state, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi.
Aydin, is your microphone set to voice activation by any chance?
Yeah, is it? Oh, it must be real low. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
that's
saw
why
people
it's
saying that.
cutting out.
Yeah,
I had to turn
couldn't
it.
hear you. I was curious.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the sensitivity is too low.
Is it better now?
Well, if you speak and it doesn't cut out, I'll tell you.
Hello? Is it better now?
Yes, there we go.
Okay. Sorry about that. I had to turn it up because the other day I was talking to somebody and Bill was playing D&D downstairs and was getting very energetic. So I had to set the sensitivity up because it was coming in through over my mic.
I think the
Sorry,
Jews
I thought
suppressed
that-
your voice.
I mean, it's always them, isn't it? It was another Jewish operation.
It's always them. They're
Anywho,
on
what
with everything.
I'll restate what I was saying, which is that if this was to attack China, to prevent China from buying oil from the Gulf states, well, that's not happening because the Strait of Hormuz is still open to the Chinese and to the Russians. So I'm not sure how this is
No, I can tell
massively
you.
negatively affecting China.
I can
China.
tell you, like, the United States is not at war with China, right? But they
No,
want the
it's not.
option. They want the option that if America ever, like, let's say China takes Taiwan or some shit, and America actually tries to boycott, they have the option on the table now.
Hmm.
As for Russia, they want to control the prices. That's what America usually does. Like, they want to sell oil very cheaply on the market so that it bankrupts Russia.
Yeah.
and,
Looney Lenny says, Aiden, you can dislike both the Ayatollah and Israel. Well, I'll tell you why you do have to rank these things, though. And I'll tell you one thing you should be aware of is that the entire reason Iran wasn't developing nukes, which has been confirmed by every single international agency at this point, is because the Ayatollah put a fucking fatwa on it. He had a religious decree not to develop nukes. You killed that guy. Now what?
really dumb.
I mean, it wasn't about nukes. Like this is another
No, it
thing
wasn't.
that.
Oh, it's another WMDs in Iraq. WMDs in Iraq. All
I mean,
fucking over again.
No, like what's worse than a nuke is a terror weapon that you can use drones with dirty bombs. So like you literally, it's
True.
cheaper, you don't, right? And so anyone that understands geopolitics like knew that. So if you have a nuke though, like what do you do with it? You know, you send it and you get 200
It's
back.
just a deterrent, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
also,
mean, at this point, though, like with that, I brought it up because that's one of the narratives that has been collapsing like repeatedly. Because if you don't, people apparently forgot that Trump claimed, the White House claimed last summer that the United States military, in a big strike operation, destroyed all of Iran's nuclear capabilities.
Yeah, it was in June, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
My knowledge is that
What?
Rubio said recently that the reason they attacked is because Iran is weak, and this is a great moment.
That is what he said after he
Yeah.
said we attacked because of Israel.
Yeah, that's
Also,
true. It's basically like Israel was going to attack, and so we attack first, so we don't lose American lives.
Well, he
Also-
switched. He flipped, and then he denied that he said that.
But I think like both
little
of them.
snake.
I
Okay,
think
so
both of them can be
here's the
true.
thing.
Sorry, Spoon. Go ahead.
Do either of you watch Brian Valetic?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, yeah, you should look him up on
Is it
New
that dog
Atlas.
from? Is it that dog from Family Guy, the white dog?
No, that's Brian.
Oh, but yeah, didn't you say like if I watch
Yeah,
Brian?
but he's not. His surname is not Valetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, right. Of all the analysts, he's probably the best one of like the last 3 years as far as America's foreign policy goes. And he just reads papers from like 2003, and he just says like, "This is America's foreign policy, regardless of whoever's in power for like
Yes.
20 years." Is basically where it's going. And he reads papers and he says, when it comes to Iraq or to
Did you
Iran,
send me
rather-
that? Did you send me one of his videos?
Yes, earlier today. That's
I
the one.
okay. I
actually
have.
want to
I
look
did
at.
watch that video. Then yes, I did watch that.
Yeah, he actually
Fantastic.
points out. Yes, he points out that the way America is
Bring that up.
the next thing they're gonna do is to push for regime change. But the way it works now is they detail like how they're gonna push this to the public. Is they're hoping to bait Iran into attacking first, because Iran has no reason to attack the United States at all, because it's not in their strategic interest. So they're openly telling you Iran will never attack us, because why the hell would they? And they're openly saying that the reason why they're doing this is because it is a lot more difficult to sell to the American public if they are seen as the bad guy, not Iran.
Yeah,
So like they're
it's in
openly
this video.
telling
I'll
you
post it here
this
in
is
the chat.
Yeah, so if it
Austin
looks like
Chase will
it's
be
completely
wants it.
insane,
But
and it doesn't make any
what's
sense.
the policy in general? Like after they do regime change in Iran, like what next?
But it's not regime change, but it is. Oh my god, one of the most annoying things. Pete Hegseth, and I'll play this
These-
later. Pete
but you see,
Hegseth
this is-
said,
but hold on a
we
second,
didn't come
Ed.
into this to do regime change. We changed the regime, but it's not regime change. Oh my god, I hate these
No,
people
but like
so much.
what
I
is the
hate
goal?
them.
like this is what let's say that it's a grand strategy game
is
and
to
you pay
install a puppet
Iran.
that is friendly to the United States.
Okay, right. So
And in that case, in this particular case, the puppet that is friendly to the United States will be Pahlavi, the monarch.
all right.
the
So
shot.
like what
Yeah, but
happens after?
Trump said he's not a fan.
Like what?
Yeah.
No, listen. What happens after? Like after they deal with Iran? Like what's the next play?
Well, I can tell you
Who
what
the hell
Lindsey
knows?
Graham says it is.
Mm.
It's going to be Turkey, and then Cuba, and then Lebanon. Just so far on the short list.
It's basically like a gigantic. We're just going to Americanize the entire world, which
How is Turkey
vehemently-
upsetting? How is Turkey upsetting America's interest? Like it's in NATO. That one is going to be really difficult.
Yeah, I know. Try to make sense. Yeah,
because-
Turkey's in fucking NATO, and Lindsey
and
Graham is out
Turkey-
here saying we're going after Turkey
so,
next.
Okay, so the reason for
fuck?
Turkey is because Turkey is a vital component in Revelations.
It
but its
also
content's
has
nuclear. So
uh,
that would be the reason why.
Okay, and
Well,
if they
currently
get
what the
all,
United
like, let's hypothetically assume they get Turkey, they get Lebanon, they get all of them. Like, what then?
and the way that they're going to do that, which again seems to be
Jesus
a
comes
post
apparently.
facto thinking, although it's yet to be seen, is by what the United States is currently like openly talking about. Although again, if this were actually planned and not retarded, they would have already done this, which is arming the Kurds, because the Kurdish people are all over this entire region, and I think part of the plan, both in Iran and in Turkey, is going to involve a mass armament of the Kurds. Don't get that shit twisted. The United States has, the CIA in particular, has betrayed the Kurds before. If they fall for this shit, they're retarded too.
So basically, you're saying
Also-
that this is like the ritual of divine summoning, like with the corpses and the blood
Yes,
of the Middle
essentially.
East, you summon Jesus.
Yeah. And also, I could be wrong,
Well,
but
not Jesus.
as far as I'm aware, in order for this prophecy to be fulfilled, Turkey and Russia will invade Tel Aviv.
Yeah. So like they need all of
I don't
these
see
weird
that.
things to happen.
I don't see
It-
Russia and Turkey invading like Israel anytime
I don't
soon.
think like Russia has anything to invade with.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
too.
actually the thing is that currently, many Western powers, Russia's depleted because of the war with Ukraine. The United States and Israel, but particularly the United States, is already depleted. Our munitions are. I've lived here too long. Our munitions have already run out, and that's in large part because the interceptor missiles that the U.S. uses cost $1 million each. The drones that they are blocking with these interceptor
There's a couple of
missiles
tens of thousands.
cost 10,000.
Yeah, but like my
Yeah.
understanding is that when a missile becomes really old, you want to use it anyway, because otherwise it's actually more expensive to.
But these aren't old
dismantle.
missiles. This is
Yeah.
modern, modern active military technology that the United States is deploying. Again, $1 million per missile against Iran, which has a massive stockpile of these
They're
far
basically going to
cheaper drones.
McDonald's them.
To the point that the U.S. is now pulling its munitions out of strategic locations in
Like
Asia.
Korea.
In Korea, away from Korea, and China is monitoring the situation. So, in fact, if this is again about stopping China, China is currently watching the United States pull its munitions out of their locked place aimed at
Sphere of
China.
influence, yeah.
Well, I mean, this is why they want the oil to China to continue flowing, because if they upset China right now, they get caught with their pants down.
What this is going to do, realistically, the U.S. is already really displaying extreme weakness in this, not only because of the schizophrenic nature and incoherent nature of it, but because again they are pulling out munitions and strategic locations in East Asia, which means that opens up Taiwan to being invaded by China.
I don't think China will invade Taiwan.
I hope
Yeah, I
not.
don't think so
I don't
either.
think so.
I also don't think it will happen, but it does open it up. And if you are someone who's worried about Taiwan getting invaded by China, well,
Nah.
this now leaves Taiwan very strategically open. Just putting it out there. If it happens,
I
Just
mean,
saying.
if they invade Taiwan, they already have like plans to destroy all of the chip making factories, and not to mention like due to
if
Taiwan,
you nudge those factories, they get destroyed.
and not
Because
to
of the
mention,
environments.
and
they
it's
have to be in.
also the importance of Taiwan in world trade. Like China would piss off literally every single nation on the planet. Like everybody would get pissed off. Now, not everybody would attack them, but like the consequences would be banks would stop dealing with them. You would have like industry moving out of China even more than now. No one would people would not do business with someone else that does business with someone else that does business with China.
Well, that actually raises a good question. But hang on. Who would you rather do business with at this point? Would you rather do business with China, or would you rather do business with the United States, who is in the process of peace negotiation deals with Iran when they sprung this attack
them.
and not only killed the Ayatollah, but his entire family and every single person that even Trump, by his own admission, was thinking about as a possible replacement, and then tell me it's not regime change. Trump had people picked out to be the replacement for the Ayatollah and then killed them on accident.
But Trump flat out said that he's doing regime change.
I know, but there's a cope cycle on Twitter where people go, "It's not regime change.
No, it's absolutely regime
it's a
change, yeah.
strategic.
Yeah,
It's a strategic operation that we're doing from the sky."
Okay,
Bruh,
but we don't
remember, no
talk-
boots on the ground.
Yeah,
okay,
we-
maybe boots on the ground. Okay, probably boots on the ground. Just wait.
We don't talk with those
Oh my
people.
God.
I don't think there will be boots
know.
on the ground, to be honest.
Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe not, but
it's a really big country, and I don't think like the American public would stomach it, especially not so close to midterms, and especially.
I don't think the American public has any say in it, and I don't think it has anything to do with them, honestly.
I don't know, like, the war in Vietnam was actually lost with the American television. I think, like, if you piss off the public long enough, but, like, you actually have to piss off the normies, the ones that are salivating right now on Twitter. If you piss them off, I think the worst.
Well, that's the thing. They're right now, the normies are ecstatic. Well, and yeah. I have to say, I hate to say this, but one of them is fucking Jim, Mr. Medicare. I've been disgusted by some of the posts I've seen him make on Twitter about this. And I get it.
Aydin, listen, Aydin. Look,
I love Jim. He's the funniest motherfucker on the internet, but this is crazy.
Aydin, your president fucked 3 nations before it's even March, okay? If I was American, I would have had a big dick, okay? Like, if I don't care if it's for the Jews. If it's for the Jews, then maybe the Jews deserve it, you know? Like, if you fuck 3 nations. 3 fucking nations in 1 year, Aydin.
Clear, bro.
No. 3 nations, Aydin.
Fucking mind.
No.
I'm looking at the numbers.
Oh my god.
The ability to press a button and just delete a world leader. Like, knowing that my country can do that.
It's not that easy. And in fact, I think that the whole Venezuela thing, which, by the way, as we've reported on, and as we called week of when it happened was, well, the whole point of this is so that, Venezuela will trade oil to the Israelis, which happened the next week after the coup, or whatever you want to call it, after taking out Maduro, was that the situation in Venezuela is not comparable to the situation in Iran. Iran does not have a centralized, even though they had the cleric, the Ayatollah, it's a bunch of different factions who all have power, and they are intentionally decentralized because Iran has been preparing for this exact scenario for the past 50 years.
Question.
What
happened with Maduro's wife?
Well, what did happen with his wife? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, it's in America. Why is she being charged with? He just took his wife as well.
Fuck knows.
No, V's not getting $7,000. No, we're allowed to have a discussion on it. Oh, because there's.
I can get $7,000. What do I need to do?
Shill and say this. Okay, there's.
I will shill.
There's claims.
Who's paying me? Like, I want
Israel.
3,500. Yeah, give me 3.5 first and 3.5 later. I'll shill. No problem.
Look, I certainly took about that amount of money from Israel by shilling Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god, yes. Do you know they wouldn't let me do it? Like, they
really?
said because I'm from Romania, and they were like, no, we don't want people outside Romania.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is. I would have shill for Raid Shadow Legends.
They let me do it here from Guernsey. I don't know. That's weird.
Enthusiastic, yeah.
Look, it's like
for something that I actually bought and enjoyed.
Look, I would have wanted to. I
did enjoy
Benny.
Raid Shadow Legends. I played it for like 2 months.
You know when you have like all those TikTokers sitting at a table with Benny? Like, I wanted to be there, and like Benny would be like, "Oh, you need to say this and that," and I'm like, "That's very interesting. How much are you paying me?" And after that, I would have said this and that.
God damn it, V.
There is it. Okay, I will take Israeli money to shill for a mobile game. I will never take Israeli money to shill for anything fucking political. And I am disgusted because it certainly appears, and I think it's kind of like a feedback loop where on Twitter in particular, Twitter is totally fake because it's full of bots. And what happens is the bots create a narrative of consensus. Everybody feels this way because look at the vast number of people responding to it. And then real people fall for that shit and they go, well, everybody feels this way, so I should feel this way too. And it's really insidious. It's next generation, whatever, 4th generation warfare in a way, information warfare. And I think there's going to be a hell of a lot of people who are going to have a shit ton of egg on their face in 6 months and are going to pretend like everything that they have said over the past week, they never said. My God, Spoon, if you look at James Lindsay's feed...
Aydin, my sister in Christ, like, we already been through the pandemic. We've been through it. Yeah, we've seen how people react when it's like, oh, you need to vaccinate them, you need to put them in prison to save grandma! If a single person is not vaccinated, they're killing us! They're killing us! And then, like, literally put it in Ukraine.
And then 2 years later be like, I never said anything that. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything.
It's not even that.
You.
Like, Putin invades Ukraine. And all of a sudden, we must take all of those people that may be infested with COVID in, all of them, bring them in. And it's like, wait, hold on, like, wait.
I mean, the shit people are saying right now is so fucking insane. And I do want to again call out fucking Captive Dreamer for being the worst poster on Twitter.
Who is Captive Dreamer?
Yes.
Don't worry about
AA's
it.
nemesis.
You know what? I'm on board with the Captive Dreamer Nemesis arc.
Yeah.
Fuck him, dude. He makes me. Another person, by the way, and I asked him, he didn't respond to me. I think because he's very busy. But I did ask Luke, We Are Changed, Luke Rutkowski, to come on. I think he's quite busy dealing with this. Because once again, I mentioned Luke when we were giving out the Fell for It Again awards regarding Venezuela. And I said, Luke's one of the people who doesn't deserve it. Because if I'm suggesting or rejecting Twitter people to follow,
is that the
deny
guy
Captive Dreamer.
Is that the liberal?
Luke Rutkowski used to be Tim Pool's co-host.
Yeah, I remember.
And now he's on with the Quartering, actually.
Oh, did they have a fallout?
Because things aren't going... I don't know. I mean, like, I personally know a lot of people who've had falling outs with Tim Pool. Did
they get fed up? Did they get fed up of the swatting Olympics? Like,
I don't know. Maybe. I honestly, I never talked. I've spoken to Luke a little bit in DMs, and I've met him in person a couple times. But like, he's just a good Twitter follower. That guy, Twitter follow. That guy is a sincere libertarian, I guess, in the sense that not in the gay libertarian sense. And I do want to say also that you know who talked about all of this shit nearly 40 years ago was Ron Paul.
Jimmy Dore.
Ron Paul. Jimmy Dore, honestly, like, sometimes he does say correct things. But Ron Paul's been talking about this shit for like 38 years. Constantly and consistently. My first foray into politics was Ron Paul. And so I can say one thing about myself, which is that I've been consistent in that I am anti-war. And I'm so sickened. I don't know if you guys feel this way too, but just the bloodthirst that people have expressed over this war in Iran of just how seemingly desirous and covetous they are of blood. It's crazy to me.
It's not blood, Aydin, it's conquest.
It's crazy to me. I don't understand why people are so bloodthirsty.
Listen, Aydin, if you don't bully nations around, they stop respecting you. It's just
okay. Well, you got to make sure that you just kill a couple of hundred. You got to kill 200 children. Just put them in their place.
The United States.
Well, those children grow up and they pick up guns anyway. Then you just do it a little bit early.
Right. I hate it. I've been told I'm woman-brained, which is true. Inherently, I can't help that. But I think I'm also principled-brained in that. Excuse me.
Yeah, but I think that if you had the time machine and you go back into the age of Manifest Destiny, you would be like, we're not going to expand all the way to Mississippi.
Never gonna make it. We're never gonna make it.
Nah, we're not expanding, because like all these religious people saying that God said we deserve the Mississippi. No, we don't. There's people.
Oh,
there.
it's our divine right. It's our manifest destiny. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's a very different situation.
That's not. I'm telling you. If you were back in time and you didn't know how events turned out, and you had the same personality, you'd be like, "Nah, we're not taking."
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know how many of my ancestors were in the U.S. at that time. Probably some of them, and I imagine they were doing the same kind of shit.
If they didn't have the same mentality, she went back, she would look at these people, the revolution, and go like, "Oh dear God, no! Do you know if we get a centralized government, we're gonna pay way more in fucking taxes for?"
Yeah, I would have been like, I would have been right back on the ship, to be honest. I've been like, I gotta go. Peace.
Keep the fucking tea. Keep the fucking tea. Just don't, like, we're gonna pay like 80 times the taxes we do now in a massive centralized government. Fuck that shit.
Well, I would have done what I did in real life, which is peace out, America, back to the British Isles for me.
you know who I think you'd have voted for? I think you'd have voted for Jefferson, because he fucked the military. He was like, we need agriculture and militias. We don't need cities. We need a land. Just
I am a big fan of Jefferson as a historical figure.
There you go. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but it took me like 30 minutes with you in the stream, and I should have liked Jefferson.
Hamilton.
No, I know. Yes, Hamilton better than Jefferson, unironically, despite the strange portrayal of him in the...
Hamilton is a fan of centralized power.
Mm-hmm.
which I also naturally favor because decentralization is gay.
Well, unless you're Iran, in which case decentralization was a smart fucking idea.
Yeah, but I mean the power is centralized, but the military is decentralized.
Yes, and
as
that
far
was
as I'm aware.
The United States is in no way prepared for the situation in Iran because it does seem like America. Look, this is the way it looks like to me, and I really am struggling to see any other option. It looks like to me that Trump got a call last week from Bibi Netanyahu who said, "Trump, it's Purim. It's time for us to attack Amalek. So I'm gonna fucking launch an attack on Iran, and you can be with us, or you cannot."
Alright, Betty, we want to take in that glory. We're not going to let you do it like it's going to be in my presidency. That we're going to fuck that son of a bitch. And we're going to put the Shah. We're going to put the Shah in his throne, and we're going to do the regime change, Betty.
And it seems like you can either, and this is coming from, Marco Rubio and from Trump, and this is not coming from nowhere, is that it seemed like it was like you're either on board with this or your people were going to get shot up inevitably when Iran counterattacks by shooting up American bases in the Gulf, which they did. So you're either with us or against us. And the question that people are asking is like, well, is this about the Epstein files or is this about something else? What's Trump covering for? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's just that Trump is.
I love how like
the Israel.
Like every single major political decision is like with the Epstein files in mind now.
Right.
Like everything's
about the Epstein
with the Epstein files. Yes.
I think it's a very surface level read.
V, I seem to recall a video you did like years ago, because I think I had it saved as a meme that I could pull for at some point, where you said, I think it was a bunch of people who scratched somebody's car, and you said, I swear Washington should have taken that fucking crown. Like, if it was King Washington and the Washington dynasty, like, I could understand this behavior, but like, this is like, yeah. I just remember that because I was like, V saying we should have King Washington. I'm like, that'll be fucking funny.
I also advocate for King Washington. It was an option. He rejected it. He should have taken it. He made a mistake.
He should have taken the fucking
the Washington
crown.
dynasty. Yeah, and you know what the Washington dynasty would have done, Aydin? He would have fucked the Middle East. He would
not have done that.
Washington himself.
I will address this to not get involved in front
I
of
will
it.
tell you something, Spoonz, right? Every single nation that respects itself has ambitions in the Middle East. As long as oil is going to be the normal source of energy for humanity, any nation that has an ounce of respect and considers itself a world power is going to have opinions about the Middle East. China has it. Russia has it. If America wouldn't have it, then it wouldn't be a great nation. Look at Brazil.
That is true. Yeah.
Look at Brazil. Do they have any ambitions in the Middle East? No. You exactly know on the tier ladder where Brazil goes. It drops all the way to F. Right? F tier.
Brazil is respected for having attractive women.
South Africa, does it have any ambitions in the Middle East?
But you're talking about the BRICS nations which trade with each other quite openly.
Yeah.
You mentioned 2 BRICS nations, right? So
yes. Brazil and South Africa, who are in the BRICS nations, along with China and Russia.
Which means that China, Russia,
have relations
South
with
Africa, Brazil, and am I missing one?
India.
Am I missing? India.
I'm not talking about trade. I'm talking about imposing your will. I'm talking about dominating and subjugating other human beings, Spoonz. And you're talking to me about trade and shit? I'm talking about changing the merchant so that you have a...
And after this shit, if the United States fails in this, which it is predicted by people who have called this shit on point to fail in this operation, I think you are going to see some significant power shifts towards BRICS. They're going to come out of this on top. The United States is going to come out on the bottom. At least it's not going to go well for the United States. They're already running out of munitions. They can't maintain this. This is not Venezuela. This is Iran. It's one of the oldest contiguous civilizations on planet Earth. They have a decentralized military, and they have countless fucking drones that they can throw at this stuff. It's not Venezuela.
Do you know who else was like a very powerful and old nation? China, and it got the Century of Humiliation when...
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay.
However,
why
doesn't mean the Century of Humiliation can't happen to the United States, which is what I do not want.
Why do I want to favor the American and their global hominists? Like, new.
I don't know, like,
America
because
has
so
no
far, like,
decent
look,
culture worthy
like,
of
all I'm
exploitation.
saying is that
It's not like France.
I will
It's
explain.
not like
I will
Britain.
explain.
It's cringe and gay.
Yes,
no.
yes, yes. But like, listen, you go to bed, right, and everything is fine, and you wake up, and a world leader is in your prison. It's like that is so fucking like. I mean, look, that is awesome. Okay, it's awesome.
How is it awesome?
Who else can do that? Look at Russia. Russia is like, oh, I don't like Zelensky, and they keep sending tanks and men, and it's like, oh, special military operation. 5 years later, 100,000 of them, they still can't do it. Putin, little fucking cock. Trump doesn't like the president of that nation. Next day, he's in America, in New York, arrested, waiting his charges.
Yeah, I agree. Who said this in my chat?
Yeah.
You've been possessed by the spirit of Holden Blood Feast, V.
I love to see conquest.
Our oldest
listen,
member of
listen,
Congress.
Listen, like,
so,
why?
wait, so let me get this straight. I'm supposed to care about this ability to kidnap another nation. The average age that people can buy a house in America is fucking 50. Fuck off with your leader kidnapping and fix the economy, you fucking fat sack of shit.
My ancestors.
I don't care
Listen,
about your bullshit military expansionism. Fuck off.
My
Give us cheap
ancestors
oil
were from the
and then
Roman
please no,
spoons.
don't.
You do not
Okay.
understand this
Don't
because
care.
you're from South Africa. Your ancestors were dominated. My ancestors dominated yours. So when I go with the bloodlust, I'm channeling the spirit of the Roman Empire. And they wouldn't
My
fucking...
Ave true to
French,
Kaiser.
German, and Dutch, and they went and conquered the South African wildlands. I'm okay.
Listen. America is not...
I mean, he's not actually wrong in that. I mean, like, Romania is the end of the Roman Empire. So there you go. It's named as hence such. What's your comeback, Spoon?
I'm not getting that green card. That's what this comeback is.
Spoon's got a Irish.
You do realize I have an
got Irish citizenship.
passport, right?
Another group of people that were dominated and subjugated. Like, look, do you have, like, anything in your blood that actually conquered other people?
German, British, French.
There you go.
Oh, and why don't you lead with that? Why do you lead with, like, Irish or South African? Like...
Because I led with Irish because he's not.
I lived there and I had passport.
He lived there for half his life, man.
Yes. I mean, you asked. It's not a very sexy answer, but that would be the reason why.
Well, we're all, we're all.
It also means I can flex on so many South Africans by just going like, "Hey, look, I have access to Europe, and you don't."
Anyway,
but that's an unfortunate thing. Yeah.
I need to bounce. So this was
Alright.
actually really pleasant. We'll do it again
It was a
next
fun time,
Wednesday.
Dave.
Yeah, we'll do it again next Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. See you, man.
All right, so let's read some of the super chats now. V mess with these Jew-spreading conspiratards more by praising Israel and choosing it versus whatever leftist. I do believe that America is not going to lose this. We'll see. We'll see if I have egg on the face. They said, what, like 6 months? Like in 6 months, I will regret saying that America will win. I think, I think, like, Trump is going to keep bombing, and I don't think, like, there's going to be American boots on the ground. I think if something happens, happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I don't think, like, America is going to end up sending people there and people get killed. And no. Stixhexenhammer $5. And Cord is the supreme god for a reason. He is fundamental to our nature. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. V's response to Spoon. Very vidi vici. We could be fighting a cold war between Terra and Mars in the asteroid belt, but instead we have to waste money on this biblical bullshit. Rogue Aydin, the Iranian regime in its propaganda material bragged about having missile launch sites under civilian infrastructure in cities. I actually know this. To be honest, like, it's so interesting, because on one hand, I understand why they do it. They want to look strong in front of their people. Like, they want to look in control. On the other hand, like, literally the same propaganda is being used against them by the international community. And it's like, can you not find, like, some propaganda that would actually not give people a reason to make you the bad guys? Wasabi 9582 says, V, as someone that also does magic, it's not D&D, unfortunately, but any magic spell is like unraveling a ball of wool. It takes time and focus for the effect to happen. You can also screw up your spell. Yeah, exactly. So, like, as I mentioned before with Stixhexenhammer, when the bad guys are seconds away and the demons are hours away, you need a gun. Right. Let's see. People of Iran are mostly happy. It's kind of like a complex issue. It depends on which area of Iran. Every single dictatorship like has loyalists and people that actually support the regime, and it's usually people that work in the public sector, people that are associated with them, whatever. Like those would be unhappy when bad things happen. But like there's obviously like people that enjoy when the regime collapses, and of course like America doesn't care about the civilians in Iran. I don't believe this for a single second that there was a moment, a fraction of a moment where Lindsey Graham actually thought about the well-being of Iranian civilians. Like, no, right? Trump doesn't care. Lindsey Graham doesn't care. Not a single person. Like, not a serious man. Not even the ones on Twitter that are leftists and pretend to care. Not even they care about civilians in Iran. The only people that care about civilians in Iran are the civilians in Iran themselves. Something like 10% of the population supports the regime. I guess. I don't know. Like, who made the poll? See, like, this is the question. Like, how can you get the survey out of Iran? How can you get a survey that makes it so the government is like 90% unpopular? How can you do that and get it out of Iran? So, like, I don't believe the statistics. But I do believe there are people supporting it, and I do believe that there are people against it. If there were, like, actual 10% of people supporting the regime would collapse. Like, you seriously, like, no monarchy, no king, no one in human existence has managed to govern with 90% of people not supporting. It just can't happen. Like, that literally means that 9 out of 10 people are against you. Like, you would not be able to recruit police officers. You would not be able to recruit soldiers. You would not be able to have guards defending you. Unless, well, actually, there is a possibility. If you're like a colony, right? Like, if you're the French Empire and you're colonizing other people, and then, like, you bring your logistics and your people from France, okay, that's sure. But, like, that's not what Iran is doing, so no. My contacts in Iran, 10 to 20% is actually reasonable. The thing is that the majority does not have opinion. I think like it's probably around 30%, to be honest. Like 30% support. And that's, again, normal for most dictatorships. Right? Like 1 out of 3 people needs to genuinely, enthusiastically support the regime. And then the other guy needs to just not care or not have the courage to do anything about it. Because otherwise, like, the regime just can't exist. You do not have manpower to hire for your regime. Met several Iranians, Persians, one very intelligent man. I'd be interested to see what he thinks about this. Well, I mean, again, if you're going to ask someone that left Iran, usually they left Iran because they don't like Iran. So you're not going to get the opinion of the people that are loyal to Iran, right? Like, you'd have to go in Iran in order to find out what people there legitimately believe. Please consult the Holden Bloodfest R memes. I will. We'll have to. India, will it did be a world power? A very dirty one. Have they ever been a world power? I mean, like, India, from my understanding, the biggest contribution that they had was Buddhism. Like, Buddhism actually conquered Asia the same way that Christianity conquered Europe. So they had a lot of soft power and influence like that. But, I mean, no, they actually did have, like, a couple of conquerors. They used elephants. Elephants were pretty fucking cool. For logistics, right? You use them as beasts of burden. They carry a lot. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, so you're right. But like, India becoming a world power, not in the next 100 years. Like take my word for it that this is going to sound insane for some people, but I would rather like now. It's more likely that you would see nations in Africa becoming more powerful than India. Like Africa recently sent rockets into space. I don't know if people are aware of this. Look it up. Look it on Google. And we're talking about modern nation building, right? Because you don't only have Africans. Like you have like corporations and companies that go there and people that build up and stuff, right? I would see like Africa overpassing India in the next 200 years or so. India has the same GDP as Africa? Well, there you fucking go. Mogadishu. Mogadishu world power. India did not exist as a unified thing until the British united. It's parts where it's very influential by a lot of history. It's easier for Brazil to be a superpower than India. Yeah, probably. The reason that I think Africa can actually become a superpower is because of the deregulations. Like the European Union is regulating so much that a lot of people are running away. The United States is already expensive. And so like you will have a lot of investors and people that want to start the business without worrying about regulations just going into Africa. And you can literally just start fresh. And so I think that they're going to be better than India in the future. India controls Google and YouTube? No, the US government controls YouTube and Google. Anyway, how did India not cause the Black Plague? From my knowledge, like, first of all, no one causes the Black Plague. The Black Plague is a bacteria. It's Yersinia pestis. And that thing just exists in the wild, right? Like, you don't cause the Black Death. Like, it's just a bacteria that mutated, appeared, and then started killing people. But I guess, like, if you want to talk about the case zero, like what actually started the Black Death, I think it was the Mongols that laid siege to a castle, and they threw the corpses of the dead over the city walls in order to infect it. Like, this was actually a tactic that was done in medieval time. It was to create terror, and also because corpses smell bad, and people notice that if you stay next to corpses, you get sick. And so, like, apparently by throwing the corpses past the walls, that may have caused the place to that was already filled with rats to get the plague, and then it got spread from there. So, the fleas came from Asia. Yeah, but like again, just because like there is a vector of transmission doesn't mean that quote unquote they caused it, right? Like. I could believe that COVID was caused in a lab. Like, that would be different. Yes, like, if you have a lab and people work on a virus and they mutated and then the virus gets released in the wild, yeah, you can say they caused it. If you have, like, situations such as a human has sex with a chimpanzee and he gets HIV, right? Like, you could say, yeah, okay, Africa caused it. If you have situations where Europeans give smallpox blankets so that Indians die faster, yeah, you can say they caused it. But like simply by having a vector of like trade, and the disease starts one place and then like through trade it goes into Europe, like I wouldn't say they caused it. But yes, many plagues do start in China, and it makes sense because China has a lot of people, right? Like plagues are actually facilitated by huge number of people living in cross proximity to each other. Never going back to Raccoon City. Yeah, Aydin should be more mad at China. They started COVID. It's kind of interesting. China believes that America started it. Like China believes America had labs in China, and they were experimenting on the virus without the Chinese knowing. Insane Linguist, thank you for the 50 check-ins. The Tibetan plateau has literally the cradle of pestilence since the beginning of civilization. Oh my god. Pay them off fast. That is actually true, yes. But again, it's not because like they're it's not because they're trying to do it. It's because they have a lot of people there. Cross links between people, chickens and pigs. Well, yeah, I mean, when you have a lot of people, they also farm, right? And they have animal husbandry, so there you go. I'm shocked that Resident Evil Requiem isn't another Ada thirst quest. Well, apparently, like, that game has a singing zombie. I haven't reached that part, but, like, it's got a zombie that's singing, and it's very cute. And people absolutely like her. That is also why the Black Plague was so devastating in Europe. Overpopulated cities. No, actually. No, that's not correct. When the Black Death hit Europe, actually, they had less people than the Romans did, right? No, the reason that the Black Death was so effective is because the vector of transmission was unknown to everyone, right? Like, people legitimately didn't know what to look out for. And it was, like, it's rats. Like, rats go where the grain is. And so, if you have a nation with agriculture, like, rats are going to be everywhere. So, that's pretty much what caused it. Job opportunities and wages were higher after the plague. It's not just that. Like, you're downplaying it. For the first time in human history, a peasant would have a wage. Like, that was insane, right? Like, this is what we should be having now. Okay? Like, this is the worst thing. Like, our generation has lost so much because our politicians are evil. They're not imbeciles. They're evil. But, like, if you live in an aging population, right? So, like, the elderly people, they're dying, and so you have fewer young people. The young people would be a price commodity. Like, you would be able to negotiate a higher salary. The price of housing would plummet. Like, this is what happened in Eastern Europe. And in fact, this is what happened before COVID. And you had, like, a mogul, a business tycoon, which literally said that it's unnatural for the employee to demand stuff from the employer. But there was a time where, yes, like, there were companies that were terrified because they have no one to hire. And so they had to constantly increase wages. They constantly had to give perks and make concessions, and their bottom lines went down. But this is like what we should be getting, right? Like, after the Black Death, yes, like, the peasants were actually treated really well. And the main reason for it is that if they had the peasant rebellion, now they couldn't put it down. And they couldn't put it down because you have to kill peasants in order to pull it down. And so you lose, like, the human labor. Correct, V. People have to stop calling politicians stupid. They know what they're doing. They're not incompetent. They're malicious. They're absolutely malicious, yes. Yeah, the immigration literally put a stop on the good times. You know, like this idea, well, there's no one that wants to do the jobs, you know, like there's jobs that no one wants to do. I don't think there is a single job on planet Earth that if you don't pay enough, you won't have people that want to do it. There is no job on planet Earth that if you are not paying a lot of money, even if the job is deadly, even if it's like sending a person into a nuclear reactor, if you pay them enough, you will find a person willing to go there because the money goes to his family. So like, there is absolutely no concept of like jobs that nobody wants to do. There is a concept of people not wanting to do the job for nothing, yes, or for like no cash. But yeah, anyway. If I was Prime Minister, I would halt all the immigration. Anyway, chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chats. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Now, I need to know when to shut the fuck up. Because, like, apparently, there's a delay. So, I need to know when to press the stop button. Because otherwise, I stop mid-sentence.